All Over the Road New Orleans is brought to you by Coin Trader Inc., Mind Your Money, and recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Here we go!
Here's a recap from last week's Aotr New Orleans and our special guest, Republican candidate for Louisiana Secretary of State, Brandon Trosclair.
So that's what I ask people all the time. Who counts your vote? Most of the time it's crickets, you know. But nobody knows that if I start pushing them real hard, they say, oh, my registrar counts my vote. No, that's not correct. Well, it's got to be my clerk of court. No, clerk of court don't count your vote. Well, guide dog Trosclair, it's got to be the Secretary of State. No, it's not them either. It's a third-party vendor with proprietary software that tells us what the results of our elections are.
Really?
There's no accountability and there's no transparency. So you go into a machine and that machine tells us at the end of the day how we all voted. The second problem that we have is we're the only state in the country that you can't audit our elections. There's no way to go back and audit our elections and verify how the people voted. So how do we do that? I'm going to tell you how we do that. We bring customer service, accountability, and transparency back to the people, and we do it by hand-marked paper ballots. You're going to walk into the polling station. We're going to give you a ballot that's assigned to you. You fill it out, and the people of the community are going to count those ballots. We'll be able to count it and have a certified election within minutes of the polls closing. My plan is nothing like what people are saying about Georgia or Arizona, and they're counting for a week. We're talking about a plan that you'll be finished counting and certified within minutes of the polls closing, and then we're going to take it another step. We're going to put all those ballots on the Secretary of State's website, an image of every one, and that way, I know Ted don't have a lot going on these days, so if he wants to go and audit his parish or his precinct or the whole state, he can go and count the votes.
For more information, visit letsgobrandon.com.
All Over the Road New Orleans, the podcast. We'd like to thank all of our listeners, followers, and subscribers for 4 good seasons, and welcome to the show.
Take Me Out to the Ball Game, sung by Edward Meeker, Edison Record.
This is the first rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Yeah, it sounds like it. That was old.
Katie was baseball mad, had the fever and had it bad. Just to root for the hometown crew every Sue. Katie Blue. On a Saturday, her young beau called to see if she'd like to go to see a show, but Miss Kate said no. I'll tell you what you can do.
Here it comes.
Take me out to the ball.
It's got other verses, you know.
Take me out with the crowd.
I never heard that other verse.
Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack.
Who is this guy?
I don't care if I never get back. Let me root.
This is the original Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Jeez.
If they don't win, it's a shame.
Oh, he said it at the beginning.
But it's 1,
You did?
2,
Yeah.
He's probably dead.
like you're out at the
He's probably long gone now, but
ball game.
his song lives on, doesn't it?
Well, the reason why I bring that up is
Yeah.
because
Right.
my 2 little grandsons, Ford and Wells, are playing in the 5 and 6-year-old baseball league at Lakeshore Playground. Okay? Let me tell you something. I think they got 5s and 6s, 6s and 7s, 8s and 9s, 9s and 10s. I don't know. But these are the smallest guys, okay? And the coach gets on his knees and he tosses them the ball and they try to hit, and if they don't hit, they break out a tee and they give a chance to the kid. He gets a certain amount of pitches. If he swings and misses,
okay,
they let him hit off the tee. So,
Yeah.
you know, so I'm both my grandsons are on the team and I'm the assistant coach, okay? We had one really big practice, Ted. Now, you know me in baseball.
Yeah.
We had a big practice. It was on a Saturday. We had a 90-minute practice. And most of it's like telling them, hey, man, you can't sit down. You got to stand up.
Okay.
You know, don't put your mitt on your head. You know, pay attention. You stand here. This is first base, second base, third base. This is how you run the bases. You know, you got to teach them the basics. They
You
don't,
got to start with the basics.
because the kids don't watch baseball on TV like they used to. Now, the new baseball, they might because they've just changed it.
To what?
To shorten games. You know,
Oh, because of that. Well, I think that's still going to take some time to set in, maybe.
it's the new, it's like they're 2-hour games. Hey,
I know that they've changed the rules, but I mean for it to like catch on to where the young kids start watching it again.
Well, I interviewed Joe DiMaggio when I was a rookie broadcaster.
Really?
Yes, I did. It was at a Super Bowl golf tournament at Chateau Golf and Country Club out in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Out in Canada.
It's still there, right?
Yes, it's still there.
Chateau.
And I interviewed him and I said, what would you tell young kids, the most important thing you could tell them about if they want to be ball players? And he said, have them watch the major leaguers on TV and mimic them.
Yeah, like emulate them, and
Yeah.
and there you go.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So these are 5 and 6 year old boys, and I'm the coach. I'm coaching with, another gentleman whose kid is on the team.
So your grandkids are on the same team.
Yes, they're on the same team.
Same team.
They're on the Cubs, as a matter of
The
fact.
Cubs.
Yes, they are on the Cubs.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's me and Kurt Roberts.
They're gonna win it all.
Yeah, Kurt Roberts is the Roberts family
Yeah.
has been out at Lakeshore Playground for 70 years.
Oh yeah.
He played this guy that I'm coaching with and with his kid. He played there. His dad played there, and his dad's dad played
Oh,
there.
what a
I mean,
goodness.
it's amazing. It's amazing.
A lot of heritage.
Yeah,
there.
a lot of heritage.
Jeez.
Out there. So we're coaching, and I'm the assistant coach. But you know me, what happens?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering when you said assistant coach. I'm like, okay.
I end up taking over the team is what I do, and so
Yeah.
I got them out there, and I get them all, and I got them taking a knee. Come on, guys, come over here, take a knee. And none of them know how to take a knee, which that's when you get on one knee, and
One knee.
everybody gets around the team on one knee, which now is very hard for guys like me to do. I don't take a knee.
Well, you're having
But
the
I
team
messed
take a
up,
knee,
too.
so yeah.
First thing after every practice, you take a lap. But anyway, we have this long practice. And my grandsons missed this long practice, both of them, because they went on a fishing trip. Okay, so we had our first game coming up that weekend. They missed practice.
Yeah.
Now, everybody hits. Everybody goes in the field. They don't keep score. Okay, that's just how it works. And so we had, I guess, 12 guys out there. So I had to discipline my own grandsons. Hey, you missed practice. You're hitting 11th and 12th. You're going to hit last.
Oh yeah.
You missed practice.
You can't. You gotta be that way.
You got to show.
Yeah.
That's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
So I get them on one knee, and I'm telling them the stuff like, "Hey, the best friends you're ever going to meet, or out here on the ball field, and one day you'll be standing in each other's weddings, and just giving them the old, baseball team, team do your job,
This is more than baseball.
Oh yeah, just trying to talk them up and talk them up and talk them up, and So at the end, we all put our hand in there and we do 1, 2, 3 team. Okay. Well, some of the parent. I mean, the game started at 5:10, and I had kids showing up at 5:09, 5:08. So this was my first experience with the parents. So I got all the parents here, and I said, "Hey, listen, people, the kid's got to be here a little early. The game's at 5:10. He's got to be here at least quarter to 5.
Right. Yeah.
But if you just don't show up, I mean, you show up again. You have a little. Make sure.
Sure.
And so,
You're telling the parents
I'm
this.
telling the parents that.
Okay. How was that received? Well,
that was my first experience with the parents. Well, I don't get off work till this and that, and I got bombarded, with all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And so I told them, well, you got to make arrangements. This is the deal. This is the deal. We're out here to teach these kids the game. We're out here to teach them the game.
Yeah.
But the thing that is so cool about these kids is that if there's games going on at this playground, listen, this is great. 9 and 10-year-olds, I mean, they have like maybe 30, 40 people watching the game, another one, 20, 30. These little kids, there's like 200-300 people.
Really?
It's widely, they are wildly supported.
Yeah.
And, it's just been really cool.
That's awesome.
So just trying to teach them how to, run the bases and all that.
So how many practices so far?
We've had 2 practices.
2 practices and then
2 games.
Oh, you've had games already?
2 games.
2 games and how they turn out?
Well,
nobody
you don't know.
wins. Nobody.
You don't keep score.
Yeah. So but how do you feel? Then how do you feel the team performed on the field?
Well, first of all, the guy that can catch, he's got to play first base.
Okay.
Your best fielder is probably shortstop, pitcher. Some of them hit it right back to the pitcher.
Yeah. Right.
You got to, you just got to teach them, some of them, they don't know what they're doing, but like there's this little kid, Cole, he's a little guy who runs real fast. I said, go to center field. You'll get center fielder to me. You just send him around, but it's been really good. But I want to thank Kurt Roberts for allowing me to get involved, and we'll keep you up to date on what's going on with the Cubs this year. I think
Go Cubs.
I think that we're coming along, and I think by the end of the season, I think we might have a pretty good ball club.
That'd be a contender.
And speaking of Cubs, your Cubs are doing great this year.
They are. I mean, last I looked, it was like yesterday, so they're above 500, and I can't complain about that. The surprising thing in the Central of the National League is that the Cardinals are not doing that good. They're in last.
Yeah, but
I know it's still in May.
Yeah.
I had to give you that moment. How awesome is this?
It is amazing. It is insane, living the dreams here. having these amazing fans here in Chicago. I really feel this is electric.
What's your opinion?
Yeah, I'd like to say that Mayor LaToya Toilet basically is just terrible. She does nothing for the city. I'm scared to go to the city. I can't even go to a Saints or Pelicans game because I'm so scared to go to the damn city. I think that if we need more money in New Orleans, the way we're going to do that is to get rid of crime, and she's not doing it. And if you get rid of crime, then more people are going to come back to the city, which means, in turn, more money. And that's not going to happen with this crazy lady as mayor.
Call the AOTR listener comment line now.
Call anytime 50-460-36753.
You'll be on the next show.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Sweet Dental. This is Tracy. How may I help you?
Hi, Tracy. Can we speak to Danielle, please?
Sure. Hold one moment.
Thank you so much. They have no hold music. They have a pineapple in the lobby, like a ceramic pineapple.
That's sweet.
When I was there, I turned it upside down. I did.
They notice?
Well, I do something like that, I got to point it out. Or if I wait for him to notice, then I'm not there.
Yeah, then you can never find out.
I don't know nothing. Danielle from Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth.
Very talented young lady.
Yeah?
Danielle, you got a few minutes? Just a couple.
I do.
You're between patients. Okay, now Danielle is my dentist Gretchen's assistant. Gretchen just had a little baby girl, so congratulations to her.
Oh, yeah, congratulations.
And
that's awesome.
So we got to reschedule this whole thing, huh, Danielle? Is that what it's looking like?
And it was actually a baby boy.
Oh, baby boy.
Okay.
Baby boy.
I'm sorry. I got that mixed up. So we're going to be rescheduling all this stuff. I just recently had to visit there and got my teeth cleaned by Morgan. Okay. And, Danielle, I don't know. I guess she had nothing to do. She was standing there the whole time, just kind of watching. You were just there watching the whole time.
Which I think just her presence is probably important.
Oh, to me it is.
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Because Danielle's my boo.
Oh, got you.
That's why. So, Morgan, and let me tell you something. Because I've had my teeth cleaned many times.
Yeah.
And I had one person that was cleaning it. I'm not going to mention it for many, 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 many years. But nobody cleans your teeth like Morgan. She's picking and grinning. She picks and grins, and before she even gets that machine out that squirts water everywhere.
Yeah.
So I was just we were talking on the last show about vibes. Danielle, I don't know about vibes. I don't pick up vibes. Do you?
Yes, I do.
You do. So that's the big thing now is the vibe, Teddy.
What do you mean pick a vibe? What does that mean?
Vibe. You walk into a room
from a person?
I don't know, a vibe.
Just from the atmosphere, the environment.
A restaurant might have a vibe. A store might have a person, might have a vibe. It's all about the vibe.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
It's the vibe.
Yeah. Pick up a vibe. You always gotta get a vibe.
Yeah. Okay.
Some kind of vibe, good, bad.
I'm not good at picking up vibes.
You're not?
No.
I don't know why.
I don't know. I don't pick up vibes very
well.
Well,
you know what? You know why? Sometimes you got to be quiet and just listen. I do. That's what I have to do. I have to kind of just, take it all in for a second, and then you get that vibe.
Okay, but somehow at Sweet Tooth, I'm able to pick up vibes.
Okay.
I am.
All right, good.
Okay.
Well, you've been there quite a few times.
Yes. Haven't I, Danielle?
Yeah. Become a regular.
You still with us, Daniel? You still with us?
Yeah, she's still with us.
Danielle?
Yep. I'm still here.
Would you consider me a good patient, a polite patient?
Yeah, on the patient scale, what is he? 1 to 5? 5 being great, perfect. What is he? Be honest. He can take you. He's a big boy. He's what?
He's a good patient.
He's a good patient.
He's a good patient.
Can you give him a number?
That was the
give
right
him a
answer.
number.
No, you don't have to give
I want a number, Danielle.
Don't tell Danielle what to do.
All right.
Now,
I get it. You're the customer, so you don't want to hurt your feelings.
Okay, so I was able to pick up a vibe.
Yeah.
I walked in the front. There was a pineapple. It was upside down. Now I'm picking up a vibe because there was an upside down pineapple in the lobby. Wasn't that true, Danielle?
I'm going to have to say that's a lie. The pineapple was sitting right. You turned it upside down.
I turned it upside down.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot about
He's trying to change the vibe.
I'm not doing that.
He's trying to affect the vibe.
I forgot doing that.
That's what you were trying to do,
but
right?
no, really. I'm able to pick up vibes. We're in Sweet Tooth.
Yeah.
It's like where I'm very vibely alert. And so I was just picking up this vibe on Morgan. That
You're
she's
vibe
like,
sensitive.
Yeah.
You're vibe sensitive. You're trying to, manipulate the vibe with the pineapple. Go ahead. I got you.
The vibe on Morgan is she's a lovely young lady, great personality, who's got everything going for her. But
a little
the vibe,
intimidating.
A little bit intimidating.
To you?
Yes.
Okay.
Like she might, like give you, like she might wallop you. Like this is the vibe.
She might have.
But listen to this.
Yeah.
Danielle, you listening? She told me that if there ever was a situation we needed somebody to get in there and deal, someone to get in there and, ruckus, someone to tussle, someone to, kind of get in there and have your back.
Yeah.
It's Danielle.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Danielle?
Yes.
Not Morgan.
No.
Morgan said that about Danielle. Oh, is that true, Danielle?
Danielle's the dealer. Huh, Danielle? Huh?
She's like, yep, that's me.
You a little scrappy? Are you a little scrappy, Danielle, huh? You kind of scrappy? Are you?
Well, she's never going to. She's not going to say, yeah, I'm scrappy.
She's probably talking to...
The woman's not going to say that.
She's probably looking at Mike Cuthbert's or something over there.
Right.
All right. No, but we heard you're a little scrappy, Danielle. That's what we heard.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You
just when I need to be.
Danielle, thanks for being a good sport and showing us just how outgoing and, that you are.
Where's Sweet Tooth located?
On Metairie Road.
Metairie Road.
Old
Metairie?
Yes, Old Metairie.
Yeah.
And they got toothbrushes in the bathroom. They have toothpaste already on the brush.
What?
Yeah.
How's that work?
It's in a wrapper. You take it out. I always take a handful and put them in my truck.
Oh, you unwrap it and it's got the toothpaste on the toothbrush?
Yeah. I take a handful. I put them in my truck. You
don't recycle
I might need
those,
them.
You take them with you? You take them with you?
Yeah, they're there for the day.
The ones that you use?
No. Oh, they take it from the bathroom.
Busted.
What'd you say, babe?
She's busted you, man. You're busted. She's going to put it on your bill.
I thought they were for the taking there.
Nah.
They're not.
Well, you can't use them again. What do you do with them?
Was that stealing? Okay.
Well, you can't use them again, so...
All right.
We're going to have to hide them when you come there.
There you go. I had to hide the toothpaste, the toothbrushes, and the pineapples. That's right.
Yeah.
Danielle, thanks for being such a good sport.
All right, Danielle.
Hey.
We'll see you later, all right?
Can't wait to see you again.
Stay out of trouble.
Okay? Try not to... Don't talk too much, okay? There she
is. Yeah, all right.
She's a yapper. Yeah, she slammed the phone down.
She's like, thank God I'm done with that one.
Couldn't get off that phone soon enough to take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is All Over the Road, the podcast with Ted Semper and Victor Del Giorno. Right back. I don't care what people tell you, inflation is here. They're about ready to put a tax on beef, a tax on pork. Have you seen the price of milk? Inflation is here. Shortages are here. And financially, you got to figure out what the heck you're going to do with excess cash. They call it discretionary income. Well, the best thing that you need to do is to contact our friends at Coin Trader Inc. They deal in all the precious metals, rare coins. It's completely private. You don't need a social security number. You could be Bozo the Clown and open an account with Coin Trader. They've been around for 15 years. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Call them today and protect your hard-earned wealth. Gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and rare U.S. and ancient coins. They're experts in all that stuff. Give them a call at 504-267-6004 and tell them the king of all podcasts sent you.
All Over the Road New Orleans is brought to you by Coin Trader Inc. Mind your money.
You wonder just how filthy and dishonest our news media are. You'll be in the shower and you'll think they're bad, but how bad are they? Well, here's one measure of their badness. You can try this at home. Ask yourself, is any news organization you know of so corrupt that it's willing to hurt you on behalf of its biggest advertiser? Anyone who do that is obviously Pablo Escobar level corrupt and should not be trusted.
They fired Tucker, but from what I hear, he's not actually fired because he's at this point. Now, this could have changed by the time you hear this, that there was no exit put into place, like with his contract and everything. So they're paying the guy $20 million and he just to keep him off the air.
But what did he do?
That's the whole thing. They never said what he did. He didn't really do anything except for reporting things that a lot of others on TV, cable TV news are not.
He had to hit a nerve somewhere.
Well, yeah. He did the J6 with the video. From January 6th with the insurrection. Right. Remember, he did that. He was talking more openly about COVID and vaccines and all that kind of stuff. And he was kind of really getting in there. And so people were not happy. I mean, what's his name? Schumer was on the Senate floor saying, Mr. Rupert Murdoch, you need to fire him. And then within a month, he's fired.
You know what?
And I think he's going to start something. I don't think, there's no way we've seen the last of Tucker Carlson.
No, but in all these news things, they're all the same.
I don't know, but Tucker's different.
I know he's different.
I know you've watched him.
Where's he going to go?
I don't think he's going to go to another channel. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to start.
Get a hold of Tucker for us?
Can I get a hold of him?
I mean, he's probably dying to get interviewed by somebody.
Well, he lives in Florida and he lives in Maine.
How do we get a hold of Tucker?
So I don't know. They'll
Is
have
he
to
on Instagram
go
or something?
through some channels. Maybe Michael Your brother's got some kind of contact. I don't know. Maybe not. I certainly don't. But yeah, it would be. I don't think Tucker can even talk at this point. Now, when you hear this might have changed. Or some other news may have come out. I don't know. But, I see Tucker starting his own platform to where nobody can really tell him what to do, in either way. And he's got all the freedom he needs. And, he'll make tons of money, of course, doing that. I mean, remember Megyn Kelly? She's got her own thing going now. It's doing very well. She's got like 1 million followers on her YouTube channel.
Okay.
And then there's a number of others that have come out of what's his name? Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's got he probably does, but he's doing some things, on his own.
Yeah, but he's a creepy guy. He's a global creepy.
Glenn Beck.
Yeah.
Guys like that who are conservative, on the right
now, Michael
leaning.
knows Glenn Beck. He knows him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, they see none of these shows, which I listen to periodically. None of them have had Tucker on.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not really speaking. He did a video on his Twitter page like 2 days after he left. The video is only like 2 minutes long, but he's got last I checked, it was 70, 80 million views on the thing because it got shared and it got shared and shared and shared.
Okay, well, right now,
because sharing is caring.
Right now, let's play a little clip of the video. Here it is.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson. You often hear people say the news is full of lies. But most of the time, that's not exactly right. Much of what you see on television or read the New York Times is, in fact, true in the literal sense. It could pass one of the media's own fact checks. Lawyers would be willing to sign off on it. In fact, they may have. But that doesn't make it true. It's not true. At the most basic level, the news you consume is a lie of the stealthiest and most insidious kind. Facts have been withheld on purpose, along with proportion and perspective. You are being manipulated. How does that work? Let's see. If I tell you that a man has been unjustly arrested for armed robbery, that is not, strictly speaking, a lie. He may have been framed. At this point, there's been no trial, so no one can really say. But if I don't mention the fact that the same man has been arrested for the same crime 6 times before, am I really informing you? No, I'm not. I'm misleading you. And that's what the news media are doing in every story that matters, every day of the week, every week of the year. What's it like to work in a system like that? After more than 30 years in the middle of it, we could tell you stories. The best you can hope for in the news business at this point is the freedom to tell the fullest truth that you can. But there are always limits. And you know that if you bump up against those limits often enough, you will be fired for it. That's not a guess. It's guaranteed. Every person who works in English language media understands that. The rule of what you can't say defines everything. It's filthy, really, and it's utterly corrupting. You can't have a free society if people aren't allowed to say what they think is true. Speech is the fundamental prerequisite for democracy. That's why it's enshrined in the first of our constitutional amendments. Amazingly, as of tonight, there aren't many platforms left that allow free speech. The last big one remaining in the world, the only one, is Twitter, where we are now. Twitter has long served as the place where our national conversation incubates and develops. Twitter is not a partisan site. Everybody's allowed here, and we think that's a good thing. And yet, for the most part, the news that you see analyzed on Twitter comes from media organizations that are themselves thinly disguised propaganda outlets. You see it on cable news, you talk about it on Twitter. The result may feel like a debate, but actually the gatekeepers are still in charge. We think that's a bad system. We know exactly how it works, and we're sick of it. Starting soon, we'll be bringing a new version of the show we've been doing for the last 6.5 years to Twitter. We'll be bringing some other things too, which we'll tell you about. But for now, we're just grateful to be here. Free speech is the main right that you have. Without it, you have no others. See you soon.
Well, Tucker, he says what he wants to say.
He does. And in that video, you could tell he's not really specifically talking about Fox News or whatever news or anybody in particular, but he's saying a lot. He's...
Well, first of all, I will say
in his
this.
own
I
Tucker way.
like Tucker.
So,
I always liked Tucker. He worked his way up. He really did. If you follow his career, he worked his way up. The only thing I didn't like about Tucker is he used to have that little spit that would gather in the corner of your mouth. You ever see that? You ever see that little spit that gets in the corner there? It drove me nuts. Like, dude.
What about his laugh? Did you like that? He had that burst out laugh. And he'd go from the laugh face to the serious face. And just like that. And as a matter of fact, there's a video. We put it on our TikTok page, too.
I think he's a good guy. I think he's a patriot, and hopefully he'll get on with somebody or something.
He'll be back in some way, fashion, or form, I'm sure, soon.
We are Messengers just had a show here not too long ago. We missed it.
We did. How'd that
I'd
happen?
love to get Darren back on the podcast. Can you work on that?
Yeah. Darren. I understand Darren. I heard this from somebody else. Darren, who was living in Franklin, Tennessee, outside Nashville, has moved back to Ireland.
Really?
I mean, he's still in the band and everything, and they're still intact and everything. I don't know why. Some family reasons, I'm sure. Not that they were bad or anything, but he was.
Well, my daughter Emily, of course, works over at Glow Hair and Beauty on Medley Road, and there was a guy in there that was drinking coffee at Moxie, and he was on his computer outside, and he kept using the bathroom, and so Emmy's giving him a hard time. Well, hey man, how many times are you going to use the bathroom? Emmy's giving him a hard time.
Yeah,
and he said, and she asked him, what are you in town for? You look like you're in a band. He goes, yeah, I'm in a band, and he goes, I'm a drummer. And she goes, for what band? And he said, Casting Crowns.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
well, that's who was opening. Well, they're not opening.
Yeah.
We Are Messengers was probably opening for them. That was in Kenner.
Yeah, I didn't even hear about that show.
Train Center.
I never heard about that show.
I didn't even know they had concerts there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that's new to me.
It's a small
venue. Yeah, it's not that big, so we missed it.
How did we miss that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's my fault. That's on me. It's on me. But I am trying. I'm trying to redeem myself, okay? I'm going to try to get Lauren Daigle on.
That'd be great.
Get her on the show and working on it. So hopefully that will happen. She's got a new album out. She lives in New Orleans, right? At least part-time.
Part-time, yeah.
Yeah, so
she's friends with my friend down the street, with my friend's wife. Now, I will say this about Lauren Daigle, and that is she is in the adult contemporary Christian music lane. I probably think at some point I feel like she'll probably cross over into some pop stuff. Now, I will say this about her, and that is every single genre, all the big names and all the other formats or genres of music, they all respect Lauren Daigle.
Yeah.
They all do. As a matter of fact, she made an appearance on American Idol this year. She was doing a show, I think it was in Nashville when they were doing some auditions, and she came in and surprised someone that was singing an audition, singing the Lauren Daigle song, and she came in singing it. And Katy Perry freaked out.
Oh, yeah?
Like, oh, man, that's Lauren Daigle.
Like,
Katy Perry, she makes $40,000, $40 million to do American. Oh, that's Lauren Daigle.
Yeah.
So no, we would love Lauren Daigle. Of course, there's certain people that we want on the show. We don't want, we're not a big star show. I'm not Joe Rogan, but like if someone wanted to put on, what's his name, Justin Timberlake, I would say no. I don't want him on my show. What am I?
There was a time where we did want him.
No, we want New Orleans people.
Yeah.
We want New Orleans people. But I would love to have Lauren Daigle on my show because she's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, so hopefully that does happen sometime soon. We'll see.
All right, well, to see what happens.
Hey,
that's good.
Yeah, see what happens, buddy. All right, man.
All right, Teddy, tell them what they need to do from here.
Hey, look, we want you to follow us on social media. We're all over. We're on TikTok, Instagram. Just search AOTR New Orleans. And follow us if you can. We're growing our followers on TikTok and Instagram. And Facebook as well.
Don't forget about the listener line. Call the listener line.
Yeah, we haven't said that. That's 504-603-6753. Say whatever you want, whatever's on your mind. Something you heard on the show, something you saw, whatever you want to tell a story. Yeah, we're always looking for phone calls that we can put on the show. And then also leave a review. Come on, we need that. That's important. If you go on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever, what is it? All of them. We're on all of them, pretty much. Yeah. Even Amazon. I didn't even know we're on Amazon Podcasts. So if you can find a place where you can leave a review, hopefully positive review. It doesn't have to be, but, those are the ones we want, of course. Come on. Leave a review.
Yeah, so if you love us, you got to show the love. And, of course, if you like the show, we invite you to share it because sharing is caring. God bless you all. See you next time. All over the World podcast. No.
I'm on this Coin Trader Studios, we're bringing it live. And who am I? I go by the name of Darkest Night. And Jada Hoyos is the one who brings a sick beat, to which we're getting pumped for topics this week. So I need to grab my Greg soda and take a sip, while I turn it over to Katie, Nick, Ted, and Vic. It's all over. We're all over the road. We got a brand new show, so just lo and behold, from the bayou to the city to the burbs to the swamps, you better know what time it is when you're hearing that.
What you want to talk about now? That was for the next show.
Yeah, this is the third show.
But not the beginning. I don't want to open it. We didn't really do an open. What you want to talk about? Talk about Mayor Cantrell? Nah, ain't nothing to say about her. You want to talk about Tucker? You miss Tucker?
I don't know anything about the
I know all about it. Well, not really, but I mean, I've been listening to a lot about it, but I don't know. It's kind of still talking. People still talking about it. Okay. Well, between that and Tucker, I'd go with the baseball story. Yeah, absolutely. You need to have Scott McKay back on sometime. Kind of due for him, I guess. I saw a video of his this morning. What's his name? Kyle? Dread, Louisiana Dread, something like that. Yeah. He's still hovering like 40-some thousand on TikTok. I reached out with this other guy, and he was going to come on today, another TikToker. He's got 350,000. He's from I think it's at St. Charles Parish, but he couldn't do it today. I don't know. He goes, I got meetings and stuff. I'm like, okay. And then waiting to hear from a couple others.
Hey, this is William Wallace, my show, William Wallace for America. Thank you so much for tuning into my show, where I'm always looking for things to unite America and solutions that we can all agree on to help preserve the great country we live in. And when I'm not doing that, I'm listening to the All Over the Road podcast. And remember, sharing their podcast and my podcast is caring.
All Over the Road New Orleans is brought to you by CoinTrader Inc. For real-time prices on gold, silver, palladium, and platinum 24/7, go to goldpricesnow.com. That's goldpricesnow.com.
We thank you all. This is the announcer guy speaking. For 4 seasons and All Over the Road, the podcast, New Orleans.